So let's take a peek into the future. What's next? iOS 17.5 should be the next major update coming to iPhone. And in today's video, I want to talk about some of the features we can expect for Apple to release on the iPhone with the next major update, 17.5. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So first up is game mode. And now this is a feature currently available within macOS, and game mode was also found within the code of iOS in earlier versions of iOS 17, but Apple has yet to release this feature or update the iPhone to support game mode. Now, of course, this feature would enable your iPhone to have better performance for gaming, higher intensive graphics, and perhaps even console level gaming on the iPhone. And now, rumor has it that if Apple does enable game mode with iOS 17.5 or later, it would only support the iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max, as it is required to have the Apple A17 processor in order to run console level graphic intensive games. So yeah, game mode again was found early on within the code of iOS, but yet to be released for the iPhone. We can expect this feature to be dropping soon on the iPhone. Next, I want to talk about SharePlay. With iOS 17.4, Apple will most likely expand on SharePlay. The feature that allows you to let others control the music within the car will now be coming to the HomePod and the Apple TV for your home. And now, this was a feature first enabled with iOS 17.4 betas, but then later removed. And Apple will most likely bring it back with iOS 17.5. I'm pretty sure of this. Again, this will support SharePlay for HomePods and Apple TV with tvOS 17.5 as well. So yeah, SharePlay will definitely be expanding soon. Now, before we continue, I wanted to share a quick word from our sponsors, Ugreen, and their brand new docking station. This is the RivaDock Pro 210 laptop docking station. This is a 10-in-1 productivity tool, and the RivaDock Pro 313 laptop docking station with a 13-in-1 setup. Now, the RivaDock Pro 210 features a 10-in-1 setup. So on one side, we have 3 USB-As and 1 USB-C. At the bottom, we have the Ethernet connection. And if we flip it over to the other side, we have a 100-watt power delivery USB-C. We have 2 HDMI ports, 4K and 8K. So it does support 8K, and the SD card reader, which is dual SD card reader as well. Now, if you need even more ports, RivaDock Pro 313 from Ugreen features 13 ports. So we have the dual SD card reader, the headphone jack, 3 USB-A, 1 USB-C. If we flip it over to the other side here, we have the Ethernet connection. We also have another USB-A, another USB-C power delivery for charging. We have a dedicated display port and 2 HDMI ports as well. Now, both of these also support multi-display setup. The 210 has a dual display setup at 8K resolution, so great for that if you have a dual display setup. And if you need even more, the 313 features a triple display setup at 4K. So of course, don't forget to check out Ugreen's brand new docking stations in the description down below. Thank you to Ugreen for sponsoring today's video. So now I want to shift my attention over to Apple Music. Apple is working on a feature that would allow you to transfer music from other services and save it to the playlist on your iPhone, as you can see right there in Apple Music. Now, this feature was first spotted with iOS 17.4, but is yet to roll out officially. So I'm assuming iOS 17.5 would enable you to transfer music from other services like perhaps Spotify and things like that, where you can import and bring and transfer music from those services and playlists and things like that. So yeah, major changes coming to Apple Music with the ability to transfer music from other services. This is the first time I ever see Apple trying to do something like this with Apple Music. Now, with iOS 17.5, we can also expect Apple to bring back the stopwatch live activity for Dynamic Island and the lock screen of iPhone. Now, with iOS 17.4, Apple enabled the stopwatch live activity, but then later removed it. Right now, we can only set timers and send those over to Dynamic Island. And of course, you can get the live activity on the lock screen as well. But as I mentioned, with iOS 17.4, Apple enabled this for stopwatch and later removed the option to have those live activities on Dynamic Island and on the lock screen. So expect that feature to be coming back with iOS 17.5. Now, aside from that, this time of the year, Apple typically brings a new Pride wallpaper to the Pride wallpaper collection. So expect a new Pride wallpaper to be available within iOS 17.5. And we'll have to wait and see, because Apple also typically releases a new watch band set and a new watch face to go along this time of the year, so just keep that in mind. Now, aside from all that, of course, security will also be bundled into iOS 17.5, and in terms of release dates, the first beta will most likely drop the last week of March, or the 4th or 5th week of March. So just keep in mind that Apple typically releases the 0.5 updates towards the end of March, so we could see the first beta on the week of the 18th or the 25th of March, with a lot of these new changes coming to the iPhone. Now, keep in mind, these are not set in stone. Apple will most likely also add additional options and features we yet to know about, but this is a quick preview of things we can expect Apple to bring to your iPhone with iOS 17.5. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.